She's distant. She's guarded. She pulls away the moment things start getting close. You feel like you're standing outside a fortress, knocking on the door, and she's inside with the curtains drawn. Every attempt you make to get closer seems to push her further away. You compliment her, she deflects. You try to connect emotionally, she shuts down. You ask what's wrong, she says nothing. And yet, you know there's something underneath that cold exterior, something passionate, something that drew you to her in the first place. You just don't know how to reach it. Here's the truth most men never understand about emotionally cold women. Her coldness isn't about you. It's about what happened to her long before you showed up. The woman who is distant today is usually the woman who was hurt yesterday. Someone taught her that vulnerability is dangerous. Someone showed her that opening up leads to betrayal. Someone made her believe that if she lets you in, you will eventually use her feelings against her. So she built walls. Not because she doesn't want love, but because she's terrified of what happens after she lets it in.
And here's where most men make the fatal mistake. They see the walls and try to break them down. They push harder. They demand more. They ask, why won't you open up to me? Why don't you trust me? What's wrong with you? Every one of those questions is a battering ram against her fortress, and every time you swing it, she reinforces the walls, because you're proving her right. You're showing her that you don't respect her boundaries. You're confirming her deepest fear, that men don't care about what she needs. They only care about what they want. Reverse psychology isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding the direction of the current and swimming with it instead of against it. If she's pulling away, you don't pull harder. You stop pulling. If she's shutting down, you don't pry her open. You create a space so safe that she wants to open herself. If she's cold, you don't throw fire at her. You become the steady, warm presence that makes her want to move closer. The first step is to stop needing her to change. This sounds counterintuitive, but it's the foundation of everything. When you need her to be different, you emit an energy of desperation. She feels it. It's the energy of, please be warm to me so I can feel okay about myself. That's not attractive. That's pressure. The woman who is emotionally cold has been pressured her whole life by parents, by exes, by a world that told her she's too much or not enough. The last thing she needs is more pressure from you.
So you release it. You accept her exactly as she is in this moment. Cold, distant, guarded. You don't take it personally. You understand it's not about you. And when you do this, something remarkable happens. She feels it. For the first time, she's with a man who isn't trying to fix her, who isn't demanding she perform warmth for his comfort, who isn't treating her like a problem to be solved. And that feeling, that unfamiliar, disorienting feeling of being accepted without condition, is the first crack in her walls. The second step is to lead with your own emotional stability. Emotionally cold women are often attracted to men who are steady, not dramatic, not reactive, not emotional roller coasters. She's lived enough emotional chaos in her past. She doesn't want another storm. She wants an anchor. So you become that anchor. When she pulls away, you don't chase. You stay calm. When she tests you with distance, you don't panic. You remain present but occupied with your own life. When she throws coldness at you, you don't throw heat back. You stay warm, steady, and unaffected. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes your greatest tool. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Her coldness is an outside event. You cannot control it, but you can control your reaction to it. When you stop reacting, when you stop letting her emotional state determine your emotional state, you become the most attractive version of yourself. Because now you're not another man who needs her to be okay so you can be okay. You're a man who is already okay, regardless of what she does. That kind of stability is magnetic to a woman who has only known chaos.
The third step is to use distance as a tool, not a punishment. When she withdraws, you don't withdraw to hurt her. You withdraw into your own life, your passions, your purpose, your friends, your mission. You show her, without words, that your world doesn't revolve around her emotional availability. This isn't playing games. This is demonstrating that you're a complete person with or without her warmth. And that demonstration does something powerful. It makes her feel safe, because now she knows that if she does open up, if she does become passionate, she's not going to be responsible for your entire emotional well-being. She can be free to express herself without the burden of becoming your only source of happiness. The fourth step is to reward her warmth, not punish her coldness. Most men do the opposite. When she's cold, they complain, they nag, they withdraw affection. When she's warm, they act relieved and grateful. This trains her to associate opening up with pressure and closing off with peace. You flip the script. When she's cold, you remain steady and unbothered. You don't punish her. You don't even mention it. But when she shows even a flicker of warmth, a moment of vulnerability, a small step toward you, you reward that with presence, with attention, with warmth of your own. You're not begging for more. You're simply showing her that her opening up is met with safety, not suffocation. The fifth step is to lead the relationship toward passion by embodying passion yourself. Passion isn't something you extract from her, it's something you invite her into. When you live a passionate life, when you have fire for your work, your hobbies, your growth, your future, she feels it. The emotionally cold woman has often been surrounded by men who were emotionally flat, or worse, emotionally dependent. They didn't have their own fire, they wanted to borrow hers. Show her you don't need her fire, you have your own. And when she's ready, there's space for her to add hers to yours. The sixth step is to understand that her coldness may be a test, not a conscious, calculated test, an instinctive one. She's been hurt before. She needs to know if you're going to be another man who leaves when things get difficult. She needs to know if your patience is real or just a performance. So she tests you with distance. She tests you with silence. She tests you with emotional unavailability to see if you'll still be there. Most men fail this test. They get frustrated. They leave. They prove her right. But the man who passes the test, the man who remains steady, patient and present without being needy, that's the man who earns her trust. And once you have her trust, the passion that's been locked away for years often comes flooding out with an intensity you never expected. This brings us to the midpoint. If you've been dealing with an emotionally cold woman and these insights are starting to shift something in you, this is your moment. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and in the comments, type steady, because today you're becoming the anchor she's been waiting for. The seventh step is to communicate without demanding. When the time is right, when she's shown some warmth, you can gently open a door, not by saying, "Why are you so cold?" but by saying something like, "I notice you're someone who thinks deeply before trusting. I respect that. When you're ready to share more of yourself, I'm here." That's it. No demand, no timeline, no guilt, just an invitation. And then you drop it. You don't hover at the door waiting for her to walk through. You leave the door open and go live your life. That's confidence. That's patience. That's the kind of man she can eventually surrender to. The eighth and final step is to know when to walk away. Not all emotionally cold women are ready to change. Not all of them want to. Some have built walls so thick that no one can penetrate them. And they've decided that's how they want to live. That's their choice. Your job isn't to save her. Your job is to offer something real. And if she's not ready to receive it, you walk away with grace. Not with anger, not with resentment, but with the quiet confidence of a man who knows his worth.
Because the ultimate reverse psychology is this: a man who is willing to walk away is a man who was never trying to control the outcome in the first place, and that's the man she'll think about long after you're gone. So here's the summary. Stop chasing warmth. Become it. Stop breaking down walls. Create a space so safe she wants to open them herself. Stop reacting to her coldness. Stay steady. Stop needing her to change. Accept her as she is. Live your passionate life and invite her into it. Be patient. Be present. Be the anchor. And if she never comes around, if the walls never come down, you'll still have won. Because you didn't lose yourself trying to save someone who wasn't ready to be saved. You became a stronger, steadier, more grounded man. And that man will attract the right woman, whether it's her or someone else. If this helped you see things differently, hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. And may you be the steady presence that invites passion, not the desperate force that demands it. This is the way.